How do you get started? Big question, isn't it? I mean, it's like so many different aspects. Are you buying to sell? Are you buying to rent? Are you rent to renting? Are you lease options? Are you gonna do an assisted sale where they've got the house and you do you might exchange on it? You do a key undertaking where you do the works, and then you line up an investor to buy that because you converted it to a HMO, and then you allocate that exchanged contract. It's got a little clause in there which allows you to sell that on to someone else, and so you can transfer the contract for 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever it's going to be, and that's how you make your money. There's all sorts of different ways of doing it, and so obviously you need to get some training on that. The property sourcing training's down below, which talks about all that stuff, by the way. But I think fundamentally, before you even get to that point, you've got to talk about money. Like, you've got to understand, how much money have you got? Where's the money coming from? How much money are you going to need? And you might look on Rightmove, you might find a 70 grand property, if it still exists. You know, Bradford came up as number 3rd cheapest place to live in the UK, rent-wise. There's cheap properties everywhere, North East, Bradford, and so on. You can still get properties under 100 grand. You know, don't listen to these people say, oh, there's no properties. Average property price is 223. Yeah, average. Average, mate. I mean, some properties are worth 70 grand and some properties are worth 50 million. It's an average. They're all taken into account. But really, fundamentally, I think this comes down to you being able to afford the deposits and all of that kind of thing. If you can't afford deposits, and it's not even about deposits, can you afford the solicitor's fees? Can you afford to go on the training courses? And I'm not a big lover these days of spending a lot of money on expensive training courses, not when you've got like a £27 property sourcing training. But what else is there that you can do to go generate more cash? And have you got 12-month cash flow forecast, which is what we covered yesterday in yesterday's podcast? And if you've got none of those things and you want to get into property, I would actually just give up on that dream and go get a nice job somewhere and concentrate on that, get skilled up and improve your job and up your pension. Because this is what it needs for you to be. You know, we've been in this game for 23 years. We've gone through all sorts of shit. We've had cannabis farms. We've had where, you know, we went through and we didn't pay mortgages. We didn't pay N-Power. We owed 4 grand. We owed so much money on credit cards. And I was going through my separation and all the money just went on solicitors and I didn't care. We nearly lost everything. I mean, we've gone through all of it, right? And after all that experience, I can tell you that the thing that really saved us was getting a budget. Understanding where's the money going to come from to pay for all this stuff. And how much money do we need to buy the things that we want to buy, properties, assets, crypto. Where's it coming from? And the spreadsheet really helps us do that. So fundamentally, before you even get to buying to rent, looking on Rightmove and all that exciting stuff, if you've not got a spreadsheet and if you've not got a plan of action to get upskilled and so you can start increasing your income upwards and start cutting your costs downwards, remember, gap in the middle, that bit is what you're saving, you're moving over to one side. That's the bit of money that's going to get you started on this journey. If you've not got that in place, you're not going to be successful in this game. It's it really is, for me, as black and white as that. Now, if you've not got that and you're doing okay, trust me on this, when I say this, you would do far, far better with all of that stuff in place than you have so far. You know, people say George Best, amazing footballer. He smoked, he drank, and he was out with the ladies. But imagine how good he was, right? Then imagine how good he is without the late nights, without the smoking, without the drinking. Imagine how much better, even if it's 2% better, 2% of genius better is a much better genius, you know? And so it's fine doing all this exciting stuff and all this funky stuff, but you've got to go back to basics and get all that stuff done as well. Anyway, my painters and decorators are about to turn up, so we've been going for ages. So look, I hope that's useful for you. We'll catch up with you on the next one. My name's Dan Latto. Have yourselves a good day. Take care.